So if anyone has oily prone skin like me, I am sure you are no stranger to that 3 p.m. donut glaze halo that sits on our foreheads every day, and wearing certain types of foundations can make it even worse. So I'm on a mission to see which foundation is finally gonna stop my forehead from looking like the inside of a frying pan once and for f***ing all. So the 3 brands that I'm gonna be testing are L'Oreal for our cheaper option, NARS for our middle of the line option, and Giorgio Armani for our more expensive option. All 3 of these brands have been listed on multiple articles for best foundation for oily skin. So we're gonna put that to the test. So first up, we have L'Oreal. I always love how, like, whenever it comes to the brown girl colors, it's always like cocoa, coffee. Like, when have you ever seen like spaghetti for like the lighter ones? Good old cocoa. And it says that it's supposed to have an airy light texture. So I'm walking to work and I feel pretty sweaty right now. Do you see any glistening? I don't see any. I really enjoyed this. They were not lying when they were talking about it being super light. It doesn't feel cakey or anything like that. Goes on pretty smooth. I don't wear foundation super often because it feels very heavy and it feels like I have paint on my face, and I hate that. But the minute I put this on, like, I felt nothing. Carl, do I look oily to you?
No, actually, it looks pretty good.
Haha.
Yeah.
It's not crazy, it's shimmery. Yeah, I mean, it's almost the end of the day, and then it's like, it looks more like a glow rather than oily.
That's how I felt. Okay. I went out dancing in this, and I'm the type of person where I will dance for like 5 hours straight. It looked like I hadn't been dancing at all. And overall, I have to say, like, this is definitely a favorite of mine. If I had to rate it, I would give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Our next one is NARS. I hear nothing but great things about NARS. I hear that girls are willing to sacrifice their rent paychecks for some NARS, so I obviously have extremely high hopes for this. I also like that this one is a sunscreen. Black people be trying to act like they don't need SPF, but we need it, okay? Yes, black don't crack, but like, don't play with it. This one immediately already feels a lot thicker and paint-like. So when I first put it on, it definitely felt like I was putting on foundation. When you have oily skin and those oils come in, you kind of just always feel like there's some sort of film on your face. And right now it feels like I have that film on my face, even though everything is fresh. I feel like SPF makes things a little bit heavier, a little more creamier. So I didn't like that foundation-y feeling. However, I like step out of my bathroom and there's all this natural light hitting my face, and I was like, who is this? I was so shocked. I've never seen my skin kind of, it's not glowing, but it's like this softness. There's this softness to it that this NARS is doing. It really took me aback for a second. But like literally around 3 p.m., I looked like I had just come out of a swimming pool. Man, that's so sad. But it lasted for a while, you know? Look at all that. Look at that. Yeah. Listen, okay? But I will say that the saving grace of it was that when I did blot my face, the oils didn't melt the foundation off of my face. So all I had to do was just do a quick blot, and then everything went back to being that soft box glow. So if I had to rate it, I would give NARS about 3.25. I've never had a foundation give me that soft box glowy look before. This was Armani, and I have to say my little bougie ass was really excited to try this because when else am I gonna get to try $60 foundation, right? Wow, this one really blends into my skin really well. I think out of any foundation I've ever tried, this matched my complexion seamlessly, but Armani did not come through for me. For a foundation that's $60, this foundation should have me being matte for the rest of my fucking life. It was the earliest one to make me look very greasy, so it's not even close to 3. It's about 1 o'clock and I'm oily as a mother. I think I'm really, really let down by this. As someone who grew up and has had to deal with having oily skin my whole life, but then also coming from a low-income background, I think you always think, oh, if I could just afford that expensive thing, I'd never have to deal with this. And it just goes to show you sometimes like you're literally just paying for the name. So if I had to give Armani a star rating, I would have to give it a 2. I mean, like, it just did nothing for my oils, but I give it credit because the color match was amazing. And for a woman of color, like, that's, you know, you're up here. So of course it should come at no surprise that L'Oreal is our winner. It was the best at combating oils, I would say, out of the 3. The other 2 definitely had their perks, but they still left me out here looking like a Krispy Kreme donut at some point of the day. So doing this has shown me that I can try all the products in the world, but there still might not be a perfect solution for me. It's just taught me to not necessarily embrace it. Like, I'm not gonna be out here being like, I'm oily and I'm proud, like, but you just gotta keep it moving, you know? Like, if I have to blot, then I have to blot, and then I'm gonna keep going. And then if I forget, like, I'm human. That's what it is. I think that this experiment has taught me to just embrace the fact that I'm a human. Sometimes there's not always a magical solution to like getting rid of everything that you find to be an imperfection, and that's okay. I hope I'm not paying $65 for this little glass thing. I would rather get it in a little plastic tube. Better take some tips from L'Oreal.